Guys, gals, and guests, welcome to another episode of LGBTQ plus Singles Live. I am your host, the one and only transgender wonder herself, Miss Bre Starr. Yes, honey, this is the week after Thanksgiving. A lot of us are concerned about the extra pounds that we picked up during the family dinner. Some of us are trying to decompress the trauma that we had to relive during family dinner. How y'all doing? How y'all doing in the chat? How are my folks doing in the chat? Come on in, come on in, come on in. I love me some you too, Drew. Hey, Knox. Hey, how's everybody doing? How was everybody's Thanksgiving for those who celebrate, honey? Because a lot of us have began to reject the holiday of the colonizer. Personally, I celebrate, because I come from a family full of hoteps, so I just accept it as a family tradition. And I still fight for the honor of the indigenous and native people of every land that has been colonized. I try my best anyway. I try to do my part. I be trying to do my part. Baby, Drew, I do. I want to come to Sacramento. I want to go to Fixins. No, we're going to change that. Within the next year, I'll be in Sacramento and we will have been at Fixins. If y'all don't know, Fixins is a Black-owned restaurant that I covered on my TikTok. Yes, honey, it's some tea behind Fixins, but I won't spill that tea for you. When this is over, you can go to my TikTok page and look for the video about pause due to poor connection. Did it pause on y'all end? Are y'all here? Am I back? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Good. Baby, my Thanksgiving dinner was good, Other than my mother pulling a stunt and a shenanigan, how postmenopausal women do when they don't have the proper mental health assistance. Yes, I love my mother. Thank you, sissy. Thank you, thank you. You did. You absolutely did, Drew. I remember, honey. My mind ain't super long, but I remember some things. Oh, we got friends in the building. Friends found their screen name. What's going on, Joe? Hey, love. I see. I see. I don't want to give out the screen name. I want it to be a surprise when I put you on. Knox said that his mom was 2 streets over. Did you see her? Did you see her when she was 2 streets over? Did you see her? We got the folks coming on, and we just talking about Thanksgiving dinner, honey. We just talking about the Thanksgiving dinner and the trauma and or drama that came from Thanksgiving dinner. Mine was pretty good this year. I mean, it ain't a Chester family Thanksgiving without Lisa Chester, a.k.a. my mother, showing her whole entire ass, both cheeks, no draws. It ain't going to be a holiday without her showing her. I don't think she could live. I don't think she could breathe without showing her entire ass. The whole ass, both cheeks. Raw, bare skin, bitch. Okay, please and thank you. But we are feeling good. We are feeling good today, ain't we? Yes, yes, yes. If you are new here and you're a single who wants to be featured, all you have to do is send me a request. We got a couple people lined up already, and I'm excited about it. I'm excited. I wanted to tell y'all about my cousin, though, before we get started. why I keep pausing. I don't know why I keep pausing. I want the connection to come together because the connection not looking bad on my end. So I'm not understanding why we pausing. Are we? Is Instagram pulling the TikTok? Do Instagram? Oh, my friend Monroe is in the building. Do Instagram be pulling TikTok teas and like pausing? Will they pause my live if I get talking too much shit? Honey. Hey, Monroe. But yes, I don't know if it's bugging or not. I just downloaded an update, I think. Joe says his mom does the same thing, especially if she's not getting her way. The narcissism be taking over and she hates me and calls out, baby, I guess we got the same mother because you surely just described mine. And that's exactly what I be doing, honey. The party got to be about her. The show got to be about her. So since I'm a content creator now, we're going to make the show about you and I'm going to use you as content, honey. You want some attention? We're going to get you all the attention that you can possibly get. Everybody who's willing to look at your black ass raw both cheeks. Bitch. Okay. Praise the Lord. All the time. But I got this one cousin. Thank you, Simple. I got this one cousin who called herself being man to me. The only thing I care about is that it makes dinners awkward. Like, it makes family events awkward. Because it's like, she's the type of person that's comfortable, like, walking around looking like a bulldog in the face, being upset. But I ain't got time for that. I like to kiki and cut up, when I get the party started because the party already began, baby. You ain't got to get ready when you stay ready. That's the type of girl I am. I'm going to have fun no matter where I'm at. Bitch, you could put me in the shack in the cabin. Bitch, I know how to build a fire. Baby, where's the flint? I watch Survivor. Honeys don't play in my motherfucking face. But anyway, she called herself being mad or whatever. And she had got talking at one point to another one of my cousins. And she was just talking about different incidents that she was having or an incident that she had with one of her homegirls or something. And first of all, I'm thinking this is another example of another woman that you can't get along with. But then on top of that, the shit that she was saying that the homegirl was upset with her for speaking her mind. Girl, ain't that the same reason why you mad at me? Girl, ain't that the same reason why you upset with me for speaking my mind? I'm going to bring the guests up because Instagram is going to stop playing in my motherfucking face, pausing the feed. How y'all doing? What's going on, LJ? Playing in my motherfucking face. Honey. You nobody got time for that, baby. Baby darling. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. I am going to start doing it on TikTok, Sissy. I am going to start doing it on TikTok. But I had to start doing something on my Instagram page. I had to start doing something on my Instagram page. I had to, bring people to my Instagram page in some way, shape, or form. So I was like, why not do it here? And I didn't think that Instagram... Hello.
How you doing, baby?
Give the people your name and pronouns, love.
Of course. My current name on this here app is Celtic Mystic 2018. Although I'm planning on changing it to match my TikTok eventually. And my pronouns are I don't give a fuck. As long as you're respectful.
So you want the people to call you Celtic Mystic?
I don't really care what people call me. I'll respond to hooker too.
Well, what do you prefer?
But we gotta keep it PG.
What do the people who know you call you?
They just call me by my middle name. But since my middle name ain't on here, y'all can call me Eva.
Oh. Eva. Okay. Eva with the fluid pronouns. So how old are you and where are you from?
I am 22 years old from the corn state of Ohio, and I will die on the hill saying Children of the Corn was filmed here from how many cornfields we got.
It might have been. What is
Hmm.
your zodiac or your birthday?
I am a Capricorn, January 16th, 2000.
And what is your sexual orientation?
Homosexual. I gotta put my hair in the back. I gotta put my hair up at some point because Lord have mercy.
So you consider yourself gay?
Gayer than the devil in an old man orgy.
What do you do for a living?
I'm an IRS tax examiner.
Oh, I didn't know that about you. I didn't know that about you.
I thought I told you.
Mm-mm, no, this has never come up. This has never come up.
Well,
But
I distinctly remember telling you when you and I were discussing professions one night, one Ticket Talkie Live not too long ago. Oh well.
was I
I,
drunk?
pro- I think you were a little bit zooted.
Why would you say that you're a single friend?
Well, I'm not really talking to no. Well, I'm not really seeing nobody, and ain't nothing official yet.
Um, oh, ain't nothing official yet. That sounds like you had somebody waiting in the wings.
Hmm. Not really waiting in the wings. Like he don't talk to me. I'm just I'm just here to see what kind of shenanigans you're gonna cause for everybody. Because you and I both know you all about the shenanigans.
Who, me?
Yes, you.
No, this show ain't about no shenanigans. You know, I'm a shenanigan every other show. This show
Mhm.
is actually straight to the point, believe it or not. You know, if you came here for a shenanigan, that is not what I give on.
I'm playing. I'm playing. I'm teasing you. I'm just teasing you.
You know,
I got
Instagram not that side of me yet.
not yet anyway.
Yeah.
Although TikTok is all too familiar with you.
Oh Lord, we're gonna pray on it. Are you? I know that you said that you may have an option right now, but would you say that you're ready for love?
They claim they are, but they don't speak to me on a regular basis. So I'm considering that to be a bit of a bit of a half truth.
So it sounds like you're more available than I thought.
It's all. I struggle with wording things correctly. You know, I struggle with wording things correctly.
Would you say that you're ready now though?
Something serious? Not at the moment, though I'm working towards being ready. Like this cake still got a couple minutes to bake.
I think. How long have you been single?
Mhm. I would have to say since I was honestly, I would have to say since none of the relationships I've had, some people I wouldn't really call proper relationships. Like
You've never
they
been.
never, I never really dated, if that makes sense.
Well, what would you say that you've done thus far? Have you ever been in a relationship?
Like I've talked to a couple guys on a consistent basis, or at least as consistent as I can get from them.
Mm-hmm. But
But uh, go right ahead.
so, what would you say you have? What would you call it that you've been doing up until now?
Hmm. I would have to say looking at potentials, but I would have to actually hold on. Looking for potential in guys in the wrong type of guys, honestly.
Mm. What type do you typically go for? Would you say?
I prefer types. The type I prefer is the more outspoken one that isn't afraid to check me if I'm starting to get a little crazy.
Would you say that you typically go for the like stereotype Dom kind of guy, aggressive Dom type?
Mm-mm. No. that type gets on my nerves if they're doing the full stereotype. It's attractive in the beginning, but I've spoken to men that continuously did that stereotype throughout the entire time I've known them, and it just got on my nerves.
Mm, mm. So you say you've never really been in a relationship at all. Um, but are
Hmm.
you but are you open to it?
I'm open to it, yeah.
Okay. What do you think a relationship would look like for you? The type of relationship that you want. What would that look like for you?
Mm, I believe in everything being together but separate at the same time. Like, if we need to come together on something, then we'll come together on it. But ultimately, we'll both be able to have our own devices. But we'll also be able to have each our own devices. Like, if that make like, does that make sense at all? I feel like I feel like it doesn't make proper sense.
I get it, but we're gonna get clarity on it.
Okay.
Let's start from the top. Could you describe your ideal partner to me? Could you describe the type of person you want, the type of guy you want?
Mm, let's see. I usually go for guys that
You go for intellects?
I do enjoy intellect. Yes, I also enjoy a guy that can make me laugh. And while it's somewhat easy to get a laugh out of me, but it's harder to get like a hearty laugh, like the kind of laugh that you wouldn't want people to see.
So those two things are important to you. Do you have any physical features that you typically go for? Any physical appearance preferences?
I typically go for men that are more slim to toned, I guess. Yes, I do mean their own worlds.
Okay.
Meta.
Metatite acts, I think they mean like their own worlds up to their own devices. Can you
Yeah.
elaborate on that
I
for me? 'Cause I'm a bit confused.
Oh yeah, sure, I can elaborate. What I mean by their own devices is hold on, I need to check this pasta real quick.
Uh,
Oh,
cooking, friend? You be cooking
yeah,
pasta?
yeah, I'm cooking rotini at the moment. My grandmother prepared tomato sauce with meatballs earlier. And what I mean by their own devices is like our own worlds. Like some like I believe in opposites attract. And if I can't situate myself comfortably in my partner's world, I'll situate my I'll have a discussion with him, and he and I can come to the conclusion of both of us coming together on things that we have in common, like movies, games, stuff like that. Whereas versus say he's say he's into sports and I'm more into fashion. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, I think I know what you mean. Correct me if I'm wrong. When you say like have their own world, do you mean like someone who has their own friend group and already has their own interests and career, things like that?
That's correct. Yes.
Okay, okay, I got it. What would you consider some of your strengths, Eva?
Um, I would have to say that it's my willingness to help out anybody that I care about, honestly. But that can also be considered my Achilles heel, since I'm known to end up accidentally finding myself in a excuse me, tight spot after helping out somebody after helping somebody out. And what I mean by that is I was helping out a friend of mine for a good while with getting a little smoke. And I ended up
Oh, we don't want to implicate you in
oh,
anything.
my bad, my bad. Oh,
I see what you're saying because that seems to be a common thread in the guests that we have on the show. It tends to be people who are helpers, people who tend to be a bit selfless. What would you consider your biggest weakness? You said that that was your Achilles heel.
That's my main Achilles heel, yes. Another weakness of mine is my stubbornness. Like a lot, like I'm very excuse me, hard headed a lot of the time. And once I'm set in something, I'm not going to want to change it for almost nobody.
Mm, mm. What you cooking, friend? I'm curious. What you over there cooking?
A little bit of pasta.
What
I
kind?
need.
What kind of pasta? You gotta elaborate. What kind of sauce you gonna put on it? You
I
put some.
got I got rotini, and here, let me show you what my grandmother prepared. Like she, like she's decided to slow cook some spaghetti and some meatballs and pop and tomato sauce for me.
Mm-hmm.
Since she knows I like to eat at random times, and she likes to take care of herself too. Fork.
Okay, you live with your grandmother.
Yeah, I currently live with her. Spoon better.
So you described your ideal partner for us. You told us that you prefer slim tone guys. Do you have a preference in like masculine or feminine presentation?
Presentation doesn't really matter to me, honestly. As long as you're able to do it with confidence and make that style your own, that's all I care about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I dig that too. Confidence is everything. Would you consider your deal breakers? Tell me some deal breakers for you.
Um, con- Constantly finds themselves digging around in other people's stuff is a deal breaker of mine.
What was that? You broke up a little bit.
I'm I'm sorry. Constantly digging around in other people's things, like getting into other people's business intentionally, and then playing the victim when they're told back off.
Okay. Okay. It's like you've dated
I've
some
spoken to some, yes.
people who play the victim.
Hey, Midas.
Would you say, I'm just curious, this is a sidebar question. I was trying to avoid answering it, but
Oh,
um but the Lord know I ain't right. So apparently we do have some shenanigans. Would you say that you've come across more of that victim mentality with white people or people outside of the white race?
Um, I would have to say more so with people that I share my skin tone with is where that question was best answered.
And I just asked that question because I have dated I don't date based on race and ethnicity. I've dated
Right.
of various complexions and
Mhm.
cultures, right? I've only ever encountered that with the white people that I've dated. You know,
Oh,
yeah,
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
yeah,
Shoot, right
I've
there.
black people who could play victim, but I haven't come
Mhm.
across that as much with black men.
Right. Like majority of the black men that I've spoken to, they tend to be really down to earth and more so relaxed than most white people that I know.
Mm, mm. Would you consider yourself more dominant or submissive in relationships?
I would have to say switch, honestly, because I know there's going to be times where I want to kind of take the reins and where I want to be front seat driver for a while. But if the chemistry is right, like I'll be more than happy to take passenger. I'll be more than happy to take passenger side. So, like I've met dudes that were able to get me to play passenger for at least a month
Oh,
before they show their true colors.
oh, so you don't show them your true colors from the beginning?
I show them a couple swatches of my colors before they start seeing the full rainbow.
And what makes you hold back? What has made you use this dating technique?
For me, it's been due to my experiences with people in general. Like, I've had people. Hold on. I need to get some powdered cheese going. Oh, shoot. And I know people are going to yell at me for this, but yes, I do use powdered cheese.
Yeah, got it.
But to answer your question properly, it's been due to my experiences throughout life, honestly. Like, I've had people look at me weird when I just say something completely random, but but also somewhat relevant to a topic.
Mm. But I can't help but give impart my advice, whether you want to take it. I definitely recommend showing people as many of your true colors as you can up front. And honestly, I think for me, in doing that, it has brought, it may not bring all the boys to the yard, but it brings the right boys to the yard.
Right, I understand. And I appreciate that. And I appreciate that, Puss.
Yes, honey, the puss always got to, put a little tongue on you. Is physical intimacy important?
Um, honestly, no. Like, if the person I'm talking to doesn't really want to be touched in that manner 24/7, then that's fine with me. I can find the right items to entertain myself with.
Yes, right items. Are you monogamous or open to non-monogamy?
Um, Given the way I grew up, I would have to say I'm more monogamous, honestly. And while I do, and I have thought about it for a good while, but I've ultimately come to the conclusion that polyamory and non-monogamy are not for me. Mostly because I tend to feel easily neglected if they spend more time with another individual more than me.
When was the last time you were physically intimate?
Hold on. Because right now I am upstairs and I need to get back into my layup. Hold on.
Yes, we don't need Granny hearing the answer to these questions. Yeah, we just gonna chill. We don't want to get him in trouble with Granny. Yeah.
Gotta venture back into the dog here real quick. Where's that? There we go.
Yeah,
That-
I didn't want to call you. You in there eating pasta and meatballs and meat sauce. I don't know if you had an Italian Granny, but I know Italian people don't play, and I ain't got time. So I said we're gonna be quiet.
I know they don't. Like, I've spoken to a couple of Italian men, and I know, and they tell me that they make a lot of their food from scratch. But
Yeah.
for me, I don't really have the energy for it a lot of the time. But can you repeat the earlier question for me, please?
Yes, I said when was the last time you was born now?
Um, hmm. Honestly, I would have to say about a month ago.
It's only been a month. Why not that person?
I'm sorry, what? Why not what?
Why not them? Why not the person from a month ago?
That was honestly more so of a one night thing. Like, he and I talked for about a week before I allowed him over here because I don't want no crazies. At least not crazy crazy.
I get it. I get it. What is your age range for dating?
Um, lowest excuse me, lowest down to say is about 20, and highest 27, maybe 30.
You said you 24, right?
No, I'm 22. I'll be going on 23 in January.
You know, you pretty much age, love. I keep forgetting that I actually have somebody in my social circle that is that young. How do you feel? I know that this is something that you may not even be on your radar right now, but
Mm.
how do you feel about kids and marriage right now?
Actually, that actually I do got a surprise in that area. Kids and marriage have been on my mind since I was about 7 years old, and that's because of the way I grew up as well. Like I've loved the idea of having a wedding. Like every time I picture my, and ever since I was a little, and ever since I was a little, and ever since this little fairy was starting to get his wings, I've pictured myself just walking down the aisle in a dark blue suit.
I see it for you. I think that that would look good on your complexion.
And the kind of wedding that I would have would either be midnight fairy tale theme or evening in red.
Make sure I'm invited either way. Do
Oh,
you
trust me. Oh, trust me. I'm seeing to it that you're getting a plane out here. First class.
do you have any income requirements for a partner or income expectations?
As long as they're able to pull their fair share, like when it comes to bills and making sure that, and helping make sure that our home is paid for and good, then that's my only expectation.
Night in or night out?
Depends on the night. Like, there are going to be nights, like, I know for a fact that there's going to be nights where I feel like going dancing or going out to see a show, but there's also going to be nights where I just feel like staying in.
I'm curious, what kind of show?
Drag show or a movie, essentially anything, honestly.
Do you do you perform? Are you a performer on the drag circuit at all?
I have not performed in a while, like a good maybe a year or so.
Just curious. Just curious. Just because I've seen past content of yours, so I was curious.
I gotcha.
What are your love languages, or what is your love language?
For me, the best way that a person can make me feel loved is through an act of service. Like, if I'm asking somebody to do something simple, like flipping some fried chicken that I got in the air fryer right now, nothing will make me to jump on down a person's throat faster than just doing a simple thing. And another way, in a way I communicate my language, in a way I communicate my thing, is through acts of service and gifts. Like if somebody tells me that there's been something that they've been eyeing, like a new watch, some ornaments, shoot, even a new pair of shoes. If I got the money, I'm hopping on it.
I'm gonna put you in on a hoodoo thing. They say
Okay.
buy your lover's shoes because they'll walk out of your life with them.
Don't buy shoes, got you.
hmm And for me, I've done it intentionally in relationships, and it's worked.
Okay. Actually, that explains one of my exes. God damn. No, seriously, I didn't know that was a thing. Like I would help him out every once in a while. Like I would help him get food. One time I helped him pay his phone bill because he needed to be able to stay in contact with work, and and his job didn't pay him for about a month due to some issues with the payroll stuff. And since he worked in construction, he needed new work boots. So I opted to get him some boots, and not even a week later, shit hit the fan. I wish I knew.
But you know now, you know now.
Mhm.
Are you willing to relocate for love, or does the person have to be in Ohio?
Since I don't really travel a whole lot, and travel makes me a bit uneasy, I would prefer somebody closer to me.
I got it. Final question.
Ask away.
What would make you a great partner for a man?
Let's see. My ability to adapt in the kitchen and the fact that I can, and the fact that I'm able to handle and the fact that I got such a long fuse, it will, might take quite a bit for a person to make me snap at them.
So you're patient.
I got the patience of a saint when it comes to certain people.
I dig it. I dig it. And just an added bonus question because it didn't come up in our conversation. And how
Mhm.
could I be a trans woman without asking? Are
Of
you?
course.
You said you're gay, but are you open to dating trans men?
I would honestly have to say no. And it's not that I haven't thought about it. Like, I have thought about it, but I'm not sure. I don't know how to. I feel like whatever answer I give, it's going to make me seem
No, it's fine.
some kind of way.
No, it's fine.
And I don't want to give that impression for you or the people that are watching us right now.
I definitely don't want to put you on the spot. No,
Nope.
it's
I'm not
absolutely
being put on a spot. Like, I have thought about it, but I just don't see a lot of trans men in that light. I've seen plenty of beautifully handsome trans men on TikTok and on Facebook, Instagram, you name it, I've seen it. And I just don't see trans men in that kind of light. Like, I'll buy a drink, I'll chat them up, but anything intimate, I just don't think I can do it.
don't worry. It's enough. It's enough people out here like me who are
Right.
obsessed. So they're fine. I was just curious because it didn't come up and I was surprised
Right.
I didn't know about you. But tell the folks how to get in touch with you, Eva.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that one more time?
Tell the folks how to get in touch with you.
You can message me on Insta, you can find me on TikTok, and and the lovely lady up here has got my TikTok, so just ask her what my TikTok is if you for some reason you can't get in touch with me.
Absolutely. And to catch Eva on Instagram, it is Celtic Mystic 2018. That is CelticMystic 2018. Thank you, friend, for coming on. Thank you.
It was my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. I might have to drag you back up here to get an update
Oh,
of life in the near
uh, thank you. I certainly look forward to it. Thank you.
future.
You have a good night. Mwah.
Yes, yes, yes. I ain't gonna drag y'all along. I ain't gonna drag y'all along. How's everybody doing in the chat? I seen y'all coming in to support y'all girl. I see y'all coming in to support y'all girl. But we gonna keep it on moving. We is gonna keep it on moving. Who coming up next? Who coming up next? Is you ready to come up next? Is you ready to come up next? Do we have anybody who wants to come up next? Do we have anybody who wants to come up next? Or are we wrapping up the show early? Was that who? Was that King? Who's King? Who is King, love? No, you didn't get fired now. You didn't get fired. You are wrapping up. You are wrapping up the show with me. Oh, excuse me. You are wrapping up the show with me if nobody else wants to come up. If nobody else is trying to come up. Hey, what's going on, King? I don't even think that King is single. King, you trying to come up? And this is last call for alcohol. Anybody else want to come up before we log off? Cause honey, I can go barbecue my motherfucking chicken. Bitch, honey, don't play in my motherfucking face. You can King, I didn't even know you were single. Are you even single, friend? We're gonna wait for King response. And don't judge my long hairs. I got long longs, baby. Deep throat, deep lungs. All of the things are deep, honey. I ain't gonna lie to you, the puss ain't too deep, honey. I'm a squirmer, I'm a runner, honey. Climb up the headboard. Bitch, you gotta have a headboard fucking with me. Or I'm gonna fuck your walls up trying to climb up them motherfuckers, honey. Be all in your windows. Bitch. Running from the dick. Honey. I'm a girl who will run from the dick. Honey, I'm not big on big dicks, honey. I ain't big on big dicks, baby. Pow pow. I'm a straight shooter. Pow pow, honey. Pow pow.
Hey, friend. It's
Hey,
so
friend,
dark in my room. I'm so sorry.
is there any way you can put some light in your face?
Yeah,
Can't see, friend.
hold on. Alexa, turn on lights in bedroom. Hold on, my Alexa's tripping. Alexa, turn on lights in bedroom. Okay, Alexa, turn lights white. Sorry. It's like set up for. Is that
Oh,
better?
go. There we go. There we go.
I look so busted right now, but.
Friend, you know that's usually how I come online. Don't do me. Don't. And I'm
No,
going one more instruction for the YouTube edit so that you're clear as possible. Just do a quick wipe of your phone screen. It's looking, you looking a little blurry. You
phone.
looking a little blurry. So let's give us a quick.
Got it? Okay.
Now give the folks your name and pronouns, love.
So my name, my government is Diane, and and my pronouns are she, her.
And what's your age and location?
I am 35 years old, and I'm located in Portland, Oregon.
Shout out to I don't know how I didn't connected with so many Midwesterners, but hey, to y'all, before I made a TikTok page, I didn't think y'all existed in real life. I thought that Nelly was the only one.
Like we get that. Oh, I'm in the Pacific Northwest, so I am like way west up there, like underneath Washington and between California and Washington. But I'm at the
Yeah,
top of Oregon.
even through the internet, you're the only black person I know in Oregon.
I feel like I am the only black person in Oregon.
Well, we got to find you somebody, love. We got to find you somebody, honey.
No,
What is
they're out here, but it got pee in the dating pool in Portland. It's a mess.
it's no shade. A part of me wants to visit, but a part of me is scared. What is your zodiac or your B day?
Okay, so my zodiac is a Pisces.
And what is your sexual orientation?
I am bisexual.
Oh, okay. Shout out. Shout out. I'm on the spectrum as well. Ow. What do you do for a living?
I am a call center supervisor for a window repair company.
Hmm. I never thought about the window repair field, but I guess it has to exist, don't it?
I mean, people need windows. We are where I work. It's like we do full replacement of windows, so we're more higher end in the market. So you got to have money to spend with us. This is kind of how it is, but you know, people
Yeah.
need doors and people need windows.
Why would you say that you are single?
Well, I am in the process of divorce right now. So that's one thing. I was married for 8 years. We were together for 9. No, we were together for 16. And he was like my first boyfriend out of high school and everything. And so me and my ex-husband, we decided to try things in our marriage when we saw things was getting dull, which were probably bad mistakes because it was the reason why we ended our marriage ended. But now, like, I'm kind of like not really entirely serious about looking for somebody because I just feel like it's hard being out here dating. It's like I'm always getting the first dates, but I'm never getting the second. So I kind of figured like it's probably something that has to do with me. So I'm in therapy currently working on some issues because I definitely don't want to bring the issues from my marriage into a new relationship. So as for right now, I'm just kind of like entertaining people, I guess would be the correct term for it. Like I'll go on dates and everything, but I'm not going to like engage in a full relationship until I think I'm ready. I have tried to go into relationships with people and the shit blew up in my face. It was just like not a good idea. So
How long have you been going through your divorce? How long have y'all been broken up?
we've been broken up for about a year. So it was a year actually in November when we decided to call things quits, and he went and started doing his thing and started seeing people, and then like I'm doing my thing. Uh I think a lot of the reason why I'm still single is because I still have a lot of internal work to work out. And I feel like when I talk to men or I talk to people, I am I give off an energy like I'm broken.
That's quite possible. Honestly, I've done that personally. I know that from personal experience. And you want to be careful giving off that energy because you could still find a partner giving off that energy, but it'll likely be somebody who wants to feel needed and
Hmm.
develop into a codependent relationship.
Yeah, and that's not what I want because I kind of see myself getting into situations like that because of the type of men I do attract. And the type of men I do attract, for lack of a better word, have been dusty. So, so I mean, hey, it is what it is. Like, and it gives off when I talk to them, it gives off like a predator kind of vibe. Like they're trying to like I'm super. I wasn't as careful with my heart before. I don't know if you know, but I just got through dealing with the whole TikTok beef and everything with people. And one of the people that I'm currently beefing with on TikTok, who was someone that I would have given everything to, and he betrayed me in the worst way.
So,
So,
so your TikTok beef was with a romantic interest?
yes, one of them.
Oh wow. I'm sorry to hear that. I can't imagine my business being public. I'm glad that I'm the one who puts my face out there out of the people that I date, and I'm glad that I don't really attract other public figures. You mentioned I got the gist that you did some experimenting based on what you said that you did some experimenting in your marriage that caused some failure. I'm curious, did any of those changes in your marriage involve polyamory or
Yes, it did.
monogamy?
Yes, it did. We and my husband in 2020 decided to go poly, and he started dating people, and I started dating people. And then, first of all, I like learned about polyamory, and I feel like when I did, I was learning it from the wrong people because it was not how it's supposed to be. And now that I have a better understanding of what polyamory is and things like that, I think it's beautiful and I think it could work. But I think at the time, I was lacking so much that I was not getting in my current marriage, that I wasn't really secure that, people preyed on it. And so, but I took those compliments and people wanting me sexually as something, like it was attention that I never ever had before, that I never realized that I had, and it really kind of inflated the ego a little bit. So it made me feel like, okay, I'm the shit, but people really want me, like, oh, I'm this bad. But it's like that's all ego. And then going to therapy and working on myself, I learned that that shit was just a false sense of confidence. It's like you really didn't feel that way. You just felt that way because these people are telling you that you are that way, only to get in your pants because nobody stayed around. Anybody who I connected with from that time period, I don't have contact with them today.
Mm, mm, mm. I had some unhealthy experiences with non-monogamy and polyamory as well. Maybe one day we can return and finish that because that's a whole conversation within itself.
Mm-hmm.
Thus far, I'm imagining that your marriage would have had to been your longest relationship and your only real relationship. Or would you say?
I would say, yeah, it was. And honestly, I feel like even though we, on a friendly level, me and my ex, we get along. I think at the end of the day, we have a child together. So we are always going to work on being cordial with one another and be the best of friends because I think, that is what's best. Like, we are great on a friendly term, but on a romantic side of it, I think that ship has sailed. I don't think he has those same feelings for me as I have for him. So it's kind of like I'm at this point where it's like I want to date, but with everything that kind of happened to me, it's like, once bitten, twice shy, especially after this TikTok beef, because child, it sent me through it. I had to do a stint in the grippy sock place for a minute. Like, it was.
Y'all gonna have to stay for the whole feature so y'all can get friends TikTok so that y'all can get Diane's TikTok so that we can do an investigation and find out what's going on. Honey, see if I gotta go out in these TikTok streets and windmill on somebody. Um,
Oh no, JJ knows. He knows all the tea. He is very aware of all of it that happened.
it seems like a couple people in the chat know what's going on. Everybody except me, and I'm supposed to be the motherfucking content creator. It's a goddamn shame. Um, what would you consider your biggest strength, Diane?
I would like to think that my biggest strength is my resiliency, how I was able to go through many different hardships and then bounce back. Uh, Another thing, um I would say is another positive about me is my ability to be self-aware of myself, to recognize that there's something not right with you, there's something going on, and to hold myself accountable and go get the help for it. So I'm very self-aware when it comes to my things, and the fact that I'm able to take criticism as well constructively. Of course, now don't get disrespectful because then I have to bop you in the mouth. I'm healing, I'm not healed,
Yeah, honey, you might be completely healed and still bite somebody in the mouth. Who said that's a bad thing? What would you consider your greatest weakness?
my well, again, my greatest weakness is letting people in my heart who is not worthy of it,
Mm.
putting
Could
my feelings on the line for people and not reading, the same energy that they don't feel the same way, you know.
could you describe your ideal partner? If you could come up with your perfect person, who would that be?
Someone, I think the most important thing that I'm looking for in a partner is someone who is patient, someone who has a great deal of patience, because I come with a great deal of stuff. I'm currently working on it. Not that I'm saying I'm going to be like a buzzkill or anything to them, but I just need someone who is patient with me and someone who is understanding and empathetic, not and empathetic to what I'm going through. I don't have any particular like physical attributes that I'm looking for, because I like the fluffy, I like the skinny. My ex-husband's 5'4". If we're like, I more or less go off the vibe. If the vibe is right, then I'm all for it. But the only thing is, and I hate saying this, is I'm not closed off to dating anybody, but my preference, I I like my coffee black. if that means anything.
Hey, I'm not knocking it. Like I tell people all the time, I don't offer just physical appearance. I don't have a racial preference. I find people of all colors beautiful, but at this point, I'm traumatized. I think I'm too traumatized to give any white person a fair shot, honestly.
I mean, he has to be a specific type of white boy or white woman. Like they have to be very specific, and it's not. And I hate saying it, and I'm not trying to sound like a racist or a prejudice or anything like that, but it's just trauma and wounds and things like that. So
hmm I'm curious, have you ever dated a woman? Have you ever dated anybody who's not male, who's not cis male?
I have not. So the thing is, I never had a relationship with a woman. I had a little thing with a woman back in high school, but if my parents knew about it, even if they find out about it now, they would. I don't think my mom would be like, she wasn't accepting of the polyamory. I don't think she would be really accepting of.
Mama, it's a new day and age. And age. You just need to be happy that we ain't got guns and shooting each other, honey. That's the real concern. The guns is the real concern in this country, not the queers. They trying to distract y'all.
So I'm not exactly completely out yet, but the and that's another thing that I'm working on in therapy too as well, is I don't have very good relationships or friendships when it comes to other women. Like, I'm mostly friends with a lot of males. Like, one of my good friends is a male, and and JJ, and I get along with men a lot more than I do women, and that's something I'm working on in therapy to kind of figure out. And I feel like it stems through past experiences with women, especially like my mother, which is definitely an issue that I'm definitely working on. But I wouldn't be opposed to having a relationship with a woman.
What makes you think that it could work? Do you think that you could love a woman deeply enough to be in a relationship?
I think I could. I mean, it really kind of don't matter to me. Like if I fuck with you, I'm gonna fuck with you hardcore. It doesn't matter who you are. So I feel like I could.
And I'm just playing devil's advocate by asking that question. Being somebody who's on the bisexual spectrum myself, um, I could tell you you never really know until that relationship, and you may never really know until unless you come across the right person.
Yeah, of
What
course.
you mentioned a deal breaker, but remind us what are deal breakers for you?
Deal breakers would have to be some if you are you know, hateful towards any other marginalized group. Like, if you have biases. Like, I remember I was on a date with a guy and he started talking about the LGBT and how, man, they're doing this to our kids, and and I just sat there and let him talk. I'm like, oh, really? He was like, yeah. Oh, so what do you think? I was like, I think this is not going to work. You do know I'm bisexual, do you? He goes, oh, but I didn't mean you, and tried to clean it up. I was like, nope, that
Yeah,
wasn't.
yeah, we're always the exception, right? Would you consider yourself more of a dominant or submissive personality in relationships?
I Now, in a relationship, I would say I'm more of the dominant person. I kind of like am the kind of person that knows what I like, and I like things in certain order and things like that. But I'm learning to kind of like be more giving of that and let other people have a word or a say, because I've been told that I have been kind of controlling. That's one of the things that my husband said. Like, so I'm trying to learn to be more of a collaborative partner rather than just being the dominant. But in the bedroom is a different story. I'm a complete submissive.
Oh, you consider yourself a sub in the bedroom.
hmm
Speaking of the bedroom, is physical intimacy important to you? Is sex important to you?
The act of actual sex is like, I mean, who doesn't like to get it on? I do like that, but to me, it's more of intimacy, and I feel like I don't really get that a lot. I don't get the touching and the openness and, the deep, meaningful conversations. And the act of sex is not important. It's how you make me feel after the act is done. Like, aftercare is a big, big, big thing for me. And if I'm not getting the kind of aftercare that I require after we're done, which is like spending, like, my love language is quality time. So if I feel like, you're here and you're smashing, and then I see you pulling up your pants, getting ready to dart out of here, that's a fucking, like, I feel like crap after I'm done. And it's like, I'm done with you.
Yep, you never got to worry about me answering your phone or answering for you or texting you.
Exactly. You have to make love to me like I'm a 90s R&B slow jam. Like, that's how I need it.
Yes, honey. Yes, honey. Don't do me like no drill music. Don't beat me like no drum, baby.
No, and we're never fucking the trap beats. Like, I'm sorry, like, we can't.
It's still
I walk out the room.
it blows my mind that people actually do that. And I've been in the house or the suite or the villa when people have done that, and it's just like,
I like
next question.
I like a mood. I like ambiance. I like all of that stuff. It makes me feel like you're putting in effort, like you care or you give a damn. You know what I mean? So
I definitely get it personally. Um, I know that you've had a not so great experience with non-monogamy in the past, but are you open to non-monogamy in the future, or is that done for you?
I think that part of my journey is done. I don't think I want to do non-monogamy again. And I feel like that kind of thing requires a lot of trust. And if I couldn't trust the partner of 16 years to properly do non-monogamy, I don't think I could trust someone that I'm entering a new situation with. So that is off the table for now.
When was the last time that you've been physically intimate with someone?
Oh, okay. So it's been like 4 months. The last intimate encounter I had was not a great one. And this is probably a start to the whole TikTok situation and why I decided to really go into therapy, intense therapy in the first place. I was sexually assaulted on a date back in July.
Oh my goodness. As another sister who has experienced that, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So, you know, it was crazy. It was a crazy summer, and like, I'm even just getting back on TikTok from dealing with all of that. I just wanted my life to go back to somewhat normal. So I vow that I'm not going to, be intimate with anybody for a while. So that would be a thing of mine, that I'm going to be celibate until I can trust that it's actually going to go somewhere and actually be something. That goes for men, women, whatever. Like,
As somebody who had at least similar experience, as somebody who was sexually assaulted by somebody I was dating, I think that when you get to a place where the idea of it is comfortable for you, you go through with the act and it's good, you feel comfortable at least, that's a good sign.
mm-hmm.
That's a good sign on your journey. And that time will come. I think that the steps that you're taking now are incredibly constructive.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying. It was just a tumultuous time. So, like, I just started dating again. I started going out on proper dates, meaning someone, taking me out, being seen in public, because that's another factor too, is that I'm not a small little thing. I'm a big girl, so it's just like you have to like really deal with those people who want to you to say, oh well, she's big. Well, me giving her any kind of attention is gonna be good. Like she's gonna be grateful for any attention that I give her. When that's not the
Yeah.
case. I'm a big bitch, but I'm a bad bitch at that. So it's just like
Yeah.
no.
Men tend to think that about trans women as well. And then they encounter me and I have to embarrass them on the internet.
Yeah, so it's none of that over here. It's like I may be fat, but I'm not let you take my income refund tax check and flip it fat. Like I'm not a PS5 fat. Like I'm not none of that. So
Fran, what is your age requirement for dating? Your age range for dating?
age range for dating. The youngest I can see myself with someone is 28, 28 to at least 40, 45.
Okay. Any income requirements or expectations?
Just have a damn job. Okay. Times are hard out here. I'm not gonna, hold up anybody based on their income level and things like that, as long as they are willing to build on that and wanting to constantly work on getting better. I'm not in the market to marry anybody right away. So I feel like an income should be discussed once you guys decide to join your lives together in that way. So my idea how I want to date now is like, okay, you got your place over there and I got my place over here. You keep your ass over there. We could go out, have a couple of dates, have a couple of drinks, but then at the end of the night, take your ass home over there because I like
So
being
someone
alone.
who's at least stable enough that they don't need you as a roommate.
Yes, because I don't need a roommate. I like living alone. I'm learning to like being alone in my own space where I'm comfortable, and then like bring you in from time to time, but then I want you to go.
What you mentioned marriage, but are you open to marriage? And you kind of gave us the impression that you are open to marriage in the future, but are you?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely open to marriage in the future. I'm just, wanting to really vet out a person this time, and really kind of like get to know someone. I mean, I knew my husband when we got married, but like we were kids. I was 18 years old, and so I think that situation was a little bit different.
I get it. I get it. Do you just have the one child?
Yep, just one, only one and done. I do not want any more children.
That was my next question. Are you open to dating people who are parents?
Of course. Of course. I actually like the idea of dating somebody who has children because they understand the struggle of being a parent. So there's that commonality there. So I'm definitely open to dating someone with children. It's just I'm not shooting none out of this baby cannon. It's closed.
Night in or night out?
Huh?
Night in, night out.
I'm more of a night in kind of person. I like the Netflix and chill with some snacks in between. Like it's scary out there. COVID's still out there.
Honey,
You know,
these guns out here. I can't talk about these guns enough.
Mm-mm. No, I'm gonna keep my ass in the house. I'll make you dinner because I can cook. So,
You already told us your love language. Um, are you willing to relocate for love?
am I willing to relocate?
Or they have to be in Oregon?
They will probably have to be a resident of Oregon just because my ex and my daughter, they are super close. And I wouldn't, and that's another thing. Like, even though we are not together, he's still a part of my family, very much so. So, whoever deals with me has to deal with that. There's, if he wants to come back, there's no custody agreement, there's nothing. In fact, he's in the living room right now kicking it with our kid. So, and I'm in the room just chilling.
And see, I love the honesty, love. I appreciate, baby. You didn't have to tell us that. You didn't have to give us a lot of this that you've been giving us. But you're definitely one who I will recommend. Because you're working on yourself and you're open and honest about working on yourself. And I think that the qualities that you displayed just in this live means that you're a person who, if anybody will change for the better, you're likely one of those people.
No, I'm like I said, I'm a very self-aware person. Like if you come to me and be like, "Bitch, you're bugging," think about what's going, and then I'll sit down and like, I'll probably cut you out at first, but then I'll be like, damn, she kind of right though. I was kind of out of line.
But baby, honey, I'm telling you, if they got any hood or ratchet in them, they're gonna respect the awareness, and that little spice from the cuss out is just gonna get you a little twist and turn in the bedroom. You said you a sub anyway.
Exactly.
Last question, Diane. Um, I've seen plenty qualities, but as of right now, and at this point in your journey, what do you see that will make you a great partner for a guy or a gal?
What do I see that'll make me a great partner? It's I'm not. I don't. I mean, I feel like I have a lot of qualities I bring to the table. I'm cute as shit. Not right now, but you look at my Instagram. I be serving a lot. But I'm a great cook. I'm a good mother. I'm funny. I got a great job. I got my own place. I'm independent. Like and I'm just cute as shit. So it's like, and then it's like also it's just like being like self-aware and like being willing to work on myself and then work on something together with you. Like I'm the kind of person that's like, if I'm in it for the long haul. That's why I've been married to this fool for like 16 years, putting up with all kinds of shit. You know what I mean? Just to make something work. But
Loyalty.
but there's only so much I can take.
Absolutely,
Like
because you can't overlook your loyalty to yourself to be loyal to others.
exactly. And that was again another mistake that I made in the years. Like I put my all into a situation to the point where I neglected myself a lot.
I
And
I told you that's the common thread with everybody that comes on this show, and I think it's just because like minds are attracted. Birds of a feather flock together. That's the type of personality I am. That's the type of personality I am in relationships, and I think it's just a testament to the universe that we've all found each other.
facts on that one. But I feel like I'm a good catch. I'm definitely working on a lot, but in the meantime, while I work on myself, I can be a ball of fun.
I dig it. I know it. I see it. I live it. I hear it. And Friend has been extremely loyal and supportive to me. And I'm somebody who you don't even know in real life. I appreciate you. Tell the people how to get in touch with you.
Okay, y'all can follow me on my Instagram, King_Petty LaBelle. I'll, accept you or whatever. And then you can also follow me on my TikTok under the same name, King_Petty LaBelle. So I'll be posting. But now that I'm on this whole mental health journey, I'll be trying to take my little mental breaks from that app because child, that app be so fucking toxic. So
Baby, honey, you preach it to the choir on that one. And to get in touch with Friend, that is King_Petty LaBelle, King_PETTY_LABELLE.
yeah, that's it. Thank you, Jay. I
Thank
love you so much.
you. Thank you.
Let me just say, when I was going through that whole beef or whatever, this fool was my ride or die. When I was telling him, don't say nothing because we're going to rise above it, we're going to be on our Michelle Obama. He's like, okay, if I see something, I'm going to say something. And sure enough, he saw something. And I was just like, oof, child. So I thank him so much for having my back on that situation. So
Shout out to the community that we have been making on this here internet in general, honey.
yes,
Yes.
yes, indeed. Child, let me get off of here because I look a hot ass mess and I gotta go get these Christmas lights up because this child won't stop bugging me.
Easy on yourself, friend. Be easy on yourself, honey. The people who find you incredibly attractive are only gonna gag when they see you when you done up. That's all. You're attractive, honey.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You're super gorgeous too. I've been following you for a while. Even on my old page, I've been following you. So
I recognize you, friend. I recognize you. I might not get out in these streets much, but I try. I try to be involved.
all right. Well, you have a good night, love.
Yes, you too. Thank you for coming on.
No problem.
Yes, yes, yes. Patty LaBelle, Patty, Diane, they asking if you on Bigo. They asking if you on Bigo, love. They want your Bigo handle in the chat, love. If you on there. My Bigo handle is Fairy Put, all one word, Fairy YPUS, my Bigo. And what is going on, honey? We got our resident wrap the show up friend, Knox. What is going on, Knox?
I just got the cooking for my boys, so the hubby and the dog. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody had a wonderful holidays. So now we're getting ready to count down the year. So everybody, get your focus on for what you plan on doing. Don't speak it, but just go ahead and make a mental note of it and work your ass off for this up and coming year. Let's work our asses off to round out the end of this year. All right, that's what we got to do right now. So keep your nose to the grindstone. And I really loved her. I really did. I really loved her because she was 100% honest
Friend is
and
a real one, just like you, Knox. Um, been supporting me from day one, been loyal from day one, really here for the community. If we ever have a difference of opinion, open to talk it out, not just going to block me or shut me out, but if there's opportunity to educate me, because I'm open to education. I don't know it all, you know. No, I talk like I do. This fucking month, now he is in the damn chat then hollered, let's sing Cunty Curls one day. Monroe.
see, but you know what? Listen, I got to tell the children. I got to tell the children something though. See, a lot of the ballroom stuff because I'm from Tennessee, so I grew up in a small town. So a lot of the verbiage and stuff that y'all use that come from ballroom, I'm still learning. I'm still learning a lot of that stuff. Like, is that a song that he's talking about? That is that the one that everybody's used, the cunty. Is that the song he's talking about?
That is a Vogue beat, but it's based off of a ballroom colloquialism. Cunty was ballroom slang and still is ballroom slang for femininity, like invoking a feminine spirit. Um,
Okay.
your cunty if you invoke that. Of course, as the word became more mainstream and as you know, girls like us started using it online, there were this women who felt offended by the word, so it's not as popular as it once was. Hey, okay. It's not as popular as it was, but it's definitely a part. Yes,
Okay.
having aviance. Yeah, honey.
Look, I like my goal is for I know I just said don't speak the goals or whatever, but one of the things that I want to do in my life is I want to go to like one of the biggest balls. Like I've never been to a ball, so I really want to go to like a ball. Me and my husband go to a ball and sit and observe and
I think we should start making plans. You talk to the hubby. Um, I think we should start making plans to go to next year's latex ball. I can keep you updated on all the details. That's usually like the biggest ball of the year. Um, so I can keep you updated on all the details. It will take place in New York. Um, if not in the city, then right in the outskirts of Jersey. But
Well, he's been trying to get me to go. I didn't mean to cut you off. He's been trying to give, everybody's been saying, oh, you'll love New York. You'll fit right in with New York. But I have no desire to visit New York. But if that's where it is, I'll go.
the thing about New York that I appreciate is that it's a lot of people, but people mind their damn business. People won't even look you in the face for real, you know. So it's a thing where you only really have to deal with a whole lot of people when you're getting from place to place. And of course, in the ball, it's going to be a whole bunch of people, but everybody's going to be distracted and in their own world and doing their own thing. No,
See, and for a Southern guy like myself, like the way that I interact online on TikTok and stuff, how I speak to everybody, that's how I am. That's just me being a Southern guy. Is hey, how you doing? Holding, and so that's where it'll be like, oh, this bitch didn't say thank you.
um, they probably not going to say thank you. They probably not going to hold the door. They're probably not going to look you in your face, but you better keep your eye on everybody because they will dig their hands in your motherfucking purse.
Well, bitch, I don't have no coins, so they gonna be disappointed. We both gonna be mad. Bitch, did you find some money?
I was right just on the principle that they wasn't keeping their hands to their motherfucking self. I ain't fooling with you. I got chicken on the stove. I'm about to go barbecue this chicken, honey. Shout out to Eva. I ain't gonna give you a real name, friend. Shout out to Eva and shout out to Diane for coming on. Shout out to you, Knox. I love you, friend.
Yes, Galaxy, we do always want to talk, but we are the most polite people that you will ever meet, and we actually are very sincere in our politeness. Like we really are. We are very sincere in our politeness.
Oh,
But we'll cuss your ass out too.
it's all Midwestern shady. They try to blame it on the East Coast, but it is always a Midwesterner being shady. What is going on, Harry, my good sis?
That's my boo right there. Harry's my boo. That's my boo right there. So, but
I
I don't.
cook. I didn't cook this year, Kiki. I couldn't invite you to no food I didn't cook, honey. I know you said ready to drag my mother.
When you can understand them. You talking about the deep woods of Mississippi and the southern part of where I'm from. Yeah, it's hard to understand them, understand some of us, but for the majority part though, like we are very sincere in our charm, and we're very sincere in our politeness, and we're very sincere when we reach out and say, hey, is there anything that I can do for you? Can I help you? Like we are very sincere in that aspect. So, but I don't want to keep all of y'all. I know you got to go cook. I just finished cooking. I'm gonna go sit down, rest, and I gotta start my kitchen, cleaning my kitchen, and that's when I really start getting on TikTokers while I'm cleaning my kitchen.
I will talk to you later, Knox. I will talk to you later, friend.
Bye, y'all. Y'all have an amazing rest of the week, okay, guys? All right, have a good one. I'll talk to you later on too, because I need to talk to you about something too.
Okay.
All right.
And peace to y'all. Kiki, I see your ass being shady in that chat. Monroe and JJ, I'm going to pray for both of y'all. Peace, love, and blessings.